Hey, YouTube. We're back. Podcast. Woo. YCS. Possibly more stuff. We'll figure it out as we go. I'm exhausted. And I think the chicken sandwich or the popcorn chicken on the way back, freaking, like, that we stopped at, freaking didn't agree with me. I didn't realize it until later. As oh boy,
weak constitution.
I also think I had altitude sickness because of how fast and how fast we went over that hill. Went from the valley to like sea level to 4,000 feet, back down to sea level in like less than an hour.
Good thing you didn't fly with me then.
No, like altitude, like when you do a ascent in a plane, it's a nice, so if people don't get it and you're pressurized so that you won't get that kind of sickness. We were speeding the whole way.
It was like 90, 90 in a car.
90 in a car. And the only reason I didn't get sick is because I did the most Stefan thing ever, and I would sleep. And then they would have like a Yu-Gi-Oh question, and I'd wake up, answer it, and then go back to napping while we were on the hill because
I never change altitudes if I'm not aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Can't get sick if I'm asleep.
If it works, it works.
Can't get altitude sickness if I don't breathe while I sleep.
Can't get sick if I don't breathe.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'll just spoil it. We all scrubbed out at the actual main event for the YCS. Stefan had like the best chance.
If any of us did any sort of goodness, it would have already been on the freaking channel.
Yeah.
There's no way we would have held off on that.
Listen, I would have.
Yeah.
I mean, in other news, Michael FTK'd me. It was pretty hilarious. The video exists.
I got a Starlight Zeus.
Nice. I got a Chaos Angel when I signed up for my opening or for my entry packs in the side event.
I found domain players.
Yeah, we did find them.
Mm-hmm.
You say we, but it was me.
I found them after you did, but it's still a we because you didn't tell me.
I was posting in the chat, I feel like.
I have that chat on mute.
I don't blame you.
It's annoying sometimes.
A lot of time I put my phone on Do Not Disturb because of how often the Yu-Gi-Oh chat the group chat will just start going off. I'll just go, eh.
Yeah, it just pops off, and I just don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with my phone vibrating all that much. I got Judge sleeves.
Nice.
This is the other pack of them.
I realized. I'll tell you about that.
I realized how much I truly hate Shifter in that regional side event, though.
You got shifted so many times.
I watched you go off on the Santa Claus, at least. That was pretty hilarious. I was just looking at it as a light feed. Isn't he?
I was purposely trying not to do feed and spit stuff with the Santa Claus because I wanted to make it easier to make Beatrice. But then I was like...
Right there, how could you not?
But then I was like... It baited out all the other points of interaction. Me trying to do everything else. So I was like, cool. Whoop. Ian Smith. I pretty much got my deck now kind of put together without the Fiendsmith stuff. So if I do decide to do...
I took back the Fiendsmith stuff.
Yeah, if I decide to do the...
Sprite?
Yeah.
I have built Fiendsmith Sprite. I actually have a cool play I can talk about.
Let's get to that.
This one was wild. Okay.
Michael, finish.
Okay, Michael, finish.
I was saying, if I decide to do the Seattle regional in late September, I'll probably play that version of Tier instead. So,
fair.
All I was gonna say.
Michael got to see me pull off a really cool play with the Fiendsmith stuff.
No.
He basically stopped me from going into sprite plays. So I went off turn 1, and then he broke the board and left me with nothing. And I was able to go straight from bringing back a Fiendsmith, bringing out the Searcher or the Special Summoner from the deck, do this, do that, link things up, and I made a Link 2 fused with Things in the Grave, had a material left over, made another Link 2, used 2 Link 2s to go into Gigantic so that I could just start my whole entire sprite plays. And it was actually moderately hilarious because even Michael was sitting there like, you have to win this turn. I'm like, I know. And just playing through it was, I don't think the other 2 witnesses we had there realized how impressively hilarious that play was. Because it looked so, the route to get to it looked so wrong that it's not even funny.
You ever
It was right.
use Fiendsmith sequence and sprint to make Gigantic?
I did.
Because that's what Stefan
That's
did.
crazy.
I also
I think I did with the, yeah, it was
It might not have been sprint.
weird.
I know you made it with
I-
2 Link 2s.
Yeah.
It had to have been like sequence and IP or something.
It might have been.
Actually, it was Closed Moon, I think.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I
No,
put the
either way.
Closed Moon back because I was doing the thing, and I was like, "Oh, this is the correct one to put back." And I kind of saw the look on Michael's face, like, "What? Yeah, I put this one back." And then, of course, he grabs a Gigantic and reads. He's like, "Can you do that?"
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can summon him using exclusively Links, Link 2s at least.
I also showed John how good Droplet really is in Tenpai because he wasn't playing it before, and then I convinced him to put it in, and then Stefan made his board, and I had it, and he was playing a couple things, trying to bait things out, kinda, and then he played Raigeki or something on Stefan's board. Stefan negated it, and then went Droplet, then the Raigeki, the Prosperity, and like something else. Oh, and Gengoku, the yellow one. And because I told him to send the yellow, he was like, "Well, why didn't I just send why don't I send Chandra? Because yellow, there's
Chandra wins you the game. I'm sorry.
I was like, well,
Every game I've lost to Tenpai is usually because Chandra was able to just Chandra.
well, like because he asked and everything. Because technically, yellow can get to Chandra anyway, or it can get to Pydra and all that. But my reasoning was Stefan had a full board and everything. Stefan had a full board of monster interaction. He didn't need to use an Ash if he had it. And Chandra doesn't lose to Ash like the yellow one would. So I was like, I was playing around the Ash.
That's just like such a powerful card in my deck. Because you can break my board and stuff, and I can just go, okay, your final thing, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also kind of showed him and you why you should activate the spell and then try to synchro so that the spell is the first chain link so that I can't use the angel statue on it. And it just secures that play.
Yeah. We also came up with a new way to play, and its only real downside is how long it takes to clean up afterwards.
We invented a new game. Well, Michael did. I was fighting for my life while he invented it.
It's war, but with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's like pretty much what it is.
That sounds awful.
It's great. It's rock, paper, scissors war with Yu-Gi-Oh and Go Fish, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just play Go Fish.
I say Go Fish just because you're drawing one card every turn.
So goat format.
Yeah.
No,
actually, because you always have 3 cards in hand, and you go until both players' decks run out, and you both play at the same time, so it doesn't matter.
It's like Rush Duel without a field. It sounds like
no.
It's not like Rush Duel Light.
Because you're not actually summoning anything or activating anything. Monster Beats.
So
It's like
This is
rock
the
paper
furthest
scissors.
thing from Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's like rock paper scissors. Monster beats spell, spell beats trap, trap beats monster, and you place the card at the same time, and then you just get the card. You get the card, and they go off into
You
a
flip
pile.
the card,
Mhm.
reveal the card, and then whoever wins, and if it's a war, you go 1, 2, 3, flip the top card, and you could have wars where it's 1, 2, 3, flip top card. Oh, it's a draw again. 1, 2, 3, flip the top card. That's
I
a
don't
cold
like it.
war.
It is.
Cool.
It is fun
It's
the
only
first.
Cold War if it's the ice barrier.
It is fun the first time, and if you turn it into a drinking water game, it's kind of fun too.
Um. Uh. We're eventually gonna come up with another just like silly thing, probably. That
Oh, counting to 10.
Yeah, we're gonna do a counting to 10 button Yu-Gi-Oh as well, and
That's 10.
yeah.
You manifest that. You manifested that. That's 10 while you were counting, and that was BS.
I tried like actually brewing with that's 10, and unless I got like Pendulum, Call plus Wisdom Eye, I only got its effect off once, no matter what deck I used it with. And
No.
it always felt lackluster because I did all this work and I got like there's only 3 there's only 3 really good ones if you're going first, and even then they're like the other ones only work with other trap monsters specifically. So
You gotta build your whole deck around it. Like I low key want to like pull that the FTK off on Trevor, just bamboozle him at locals.
No one has made a video on that FTK, by the way.
Really?
I looked up that's
There you
10.
go.
I looked up the that's 10 Yu-Gi-Oh FTK, and it's just top 10 FTKs, and I went, okay, well I'll stop going by relevance and I'll go by latest, and it's still top 10 like FTKs or and everything like that. I was like, okay, well I'll try a different thing. Pendulum FTK, and then I was like, nope, it different stuff came up. Okay,
That's funny.
unless
You might have to explain.
unless it it is possible that they're doing the OCG translated name, because the OCG translated name is not that's 10, it's something else.
Let me try to find what trap it is real quick.
But
And you know what trap it is though, right? Did you figure it out?
nope, I didn't
No?
even, is it the new Zoma the Spirit? Is that the one? Because I know that one burns, but and the
Well, you just like infinite of them almost. Like
But it specifically says for that's 10, though, that it just has to be a continuous trap that can special summon something, right?
it
It
summons
doesn't
itself.
actually have to be a trap monster. Does it have to be
It
itself?
says it summons itself.
I forget the hold on. I'll try to figure it out. It's been forever since I did it, but it's
Yeah.
Itself.
Mm-hmm.
Reading explains the card.
That's
yeah.
10. That's 10. Because like that, your finish is a board wipe if you want it to be.
Yeah.
The Azure Rune is a summon negate for an inherent, and the TCG exclusive level 2.
That's not it.
Like helps prevent like targeting or something like that. Those are like the good one, the ones that seemed like good. The other ones were like you summon it, and then if a continuous trap monster is destroyed, this happens, and it does. I was like, okay, well that's not gonna happen in this. So
I'll try to look it up real quick.
but yeah, because I was like, the only thing I could think of is you summoning multiple. That's 10, and then like stop maxing, and like keep looping them, and I was like, that would be hard, and there has to be a better way to do this.
Makes sense.
But I tried.
I mean, but if you were looping with a Gustav Max, it's possible.
But I did try Trick Stars, like I talked about, where it's just like the 15 good ones, and the rest were like non-engines and stuff like that. Nah, that deck is not good because it's
It
like
went off once, huh?
yeah, well, like James's isn't like that. Like the one I use in the video is like Runic Trickstar. So,
I don't see.
It was a fun thing because you looked me dead in the eyes and said you were going to FTK me, and I, you know,
because I knew Trickstars with Dark Room and Nightmare can do it. So, if you had Dark Room, like the old one or the old way you would do it, is you need at least 2 Lycorises.
yeah.
And it was like you need 2 Lycorises, and it wasn't a true FTK because you had to wait till the draw step, like technically like how I did for you, but it's basically one.
I would call it a FTK because at that point, until I draw a card for my turn, I have basically no control over it.
But yeah, you need like, what was it? I think in the old FTK for burn, you needed at least like 2 Dark Room and Nightmare, 2 Licorices, and like 2 Reincarnations. So it was like very like inconsistent, but technically it could happen. And then and there'll be people that are like, oh, I did it all the time on YGO Pro, and I had it all the time. Yeah, well, Terraforming was at 3 during then. So yeah, your not once per turn field spell got you there with 3 of your searcher. But
You opened up 2
Found the
of them
video.
though.
I did.
It was the original name BBS.
Okay, that's why.
Oh yeah, you're just using trap monsters as like material.
Mm-hmm. For infinite
You
link.
make Herald.
Yeah,
Infinite like synchro material.
okay. It's just infinite. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a book.
So you get nipped.
Herald, Jasmine. You use the ones that like you declare whatever type and stuff you want them to be.
Yeah.
Like Shape Sister, Quantum Cat. Tiki Soul. 2 copies of Tiki Soul into Lambda. Jasmine banished Lambda to
that
summon
sounds
one
like
of
one of the most brickiest,
cards.
like awful bricky decks I've ever heard of my life. I'm sorry.
This sounds
like
yeah, it's not playing FTK, but
yeah, that's a YouTube FTK thing. Then I was looking. It really sucks. For
this
our
isn't the FTK. This is just a combo to make Beatrice, Varudras, Appaloosa.
okay.
This is even better.
But I was looking into the whole counting to 10 deck, and technically speaking, there's no way to go from 1 for 1 to a number 2 thing. At least not directly. You can't. There's no level 1 monster that has like a 2 in their name.
I didn't think that was the point. I thought the point of it was to try and actually activate them sequentially enough. Like you're going to have other cards you're going to have to play in between them.
Well,
You think of those as decimal points. You want to in sequence go from 1 to 10 or from 10 to 1.
then I guess
Every
you could.
strike counts as a 2.
The other cards are just algebra to get you to those numbers. It's fine.
Like unexpected die and everything.
Yeah, unexpected die could get you your 7-colored fish.
Okay, I mean
because U plus 6 equals 7. So what was 7? Oh, 1 plus 6 equals, so you got 7 by using a U. Algebra. That's how algebra works.
yeah, close enough.
Like the whole point was to activate them sequentially throughout the duel, not just, oh, I have to activate every single card in perfect sequence. Like, no, you just have to start at 1 and through the whole entire game get to 10.
But part
and
of
not
me,
kill the other player.
but part of me was hoping to just like make it easy and just go straight from 1 to 2 and just have to figure out how to get to 3 from there.
Got a card signed by Jesse Cotton.
That's pretty cool.
Talk about that. It's
Nice.
marshmallow.
I didn't have one on me, but I know for a fact if I like, I didn't walk up and talk to him because I didn't actually ever see him. I was always, but he would have signed like Fairy Tale Snow for sure as well. That's his favorite card of all time.
I wish we got Kangas to sign some shit while we were chatting with him.
Mm-hmm.
We were chatting with him.
Play Sprite.
Yeah, I got my old T-Sprite blues. I should have had him sign them because he's a Sprite fan. That would have been so cool.
It was kind of hilarious just talking about Sprite. I'm like, you know what? That goes with my opinion that I've had of the Sprite deck. It's those that don't get to play the game as much. Just play Sprite.
Yep.
Judges and everyone, everyone just plays Sprite.
Sprite's fun.
So it's funny, on our way at the hotel room before we left, when we were talking about our channel, John is like, you guys should what was it, do discussion videos and stuff like that. And we're like, I was like, so we have this thing called a podcast that happens, and everything all the time. So
well, I don't. You guys don't post this, dude. We're on YouTube.
Like literally.
I'm sorry. I would get annoyed if someone constantly posted their videos into our group chat. Me, Jesse, and us don't do that. So, only thing we do is when someone's streaming, we post a link saying we're streaming, we're live now.
I feel like that's correct though. Like, because even when I know Jesse is streaming, I'll post one for him too, and that's because it's not a whole video you're watching. You're just watching your friend's stream. I don't know. I feel like streaming's different than a YouTube group.
Yeah,
I'm just showing off my shit at this point.
But I will. But I did post the FTK thing because that is hilarious.
Low quality and all. We also got to find out that my phone has a better microphone than Stefan's.
Yes. I spent more money on my phone.
What kind of phones do y'all have?
I have the AT&T Radiant Max from like 5 or something from like 2 years ago, and it's like an Android 7 pretty much. Think it's like Samsung. It's like it has like an Android 7 processor, but they don't make it anymore. They don't make the new Radiant Max's designs are more aligned like the Samsung Galaxies. So I can't find new cases for it anymore. And well,
mine is a Galaxy S23.
You see where my camera is?
Yeah.
It's right in the middle. Phones don't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, they're right here.
No, they don't.
They're all off to the side like that. So I'm stuck with this phone case forever.
But you gotta add to the fact that we had to stack a bunch of stuff up and actually put the phone in a deck box, which could have created a sound space and all this stuff we had to do to just get the recording so that someone wasn't just holding it like this. And and yours was actually closer to where we were playing, and we had the blankets around us, so it was sound dampening because our bodies themselves acted as a sound insulation for it. So like where the deck box with the phone in it there was a lot of open space. So it was also like unironically, it was better to hold it right there while you were playing. So I could have just grabbed it from my perspective, but probably should have just been holding it like this and see what you had set up. You and me as a sound dampener.
Got this for Raziel. I showed it off once already, but I'm proud of it.
Nice.
Looks fake.
Says you. You look fake.
Oh yeah?
Turn it in half. See if it's got the blue ink.
I have a dual terminal Utopia What?
Well, here we go. Oh shit.
I got a dual terminal Utopia, and I got an ultimate rare Utopia the Lightning that Stefan didn't even know I had.
You have an ultimate rare Utopia the Lightning?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one. I have a German one from the Dark Illusion special editions only came out in Europe, but
Yep.
not Asian Europe, Asian Europe, English Europe.
Mm.
So
we got screwed over. I wonder why that happened. That's actually kind of hilarious.
That's not the first
I have
time.
my German one.
That's not the first time something like that happened.
We didn't get the calendars either, did we?
Not for a while.
No,
we got 'em.
yeah, but you know what else? Europe,
eventually.
Europe didn't get Utopia the Lightning until it was pretty much like almost
it was
irrelevant.
a manga exclusive.
Yeah, they didn't. So they didn't get Utopia the Lightning. They also didn't get Diamond King Crab, so they had no out to towers.
Yeah, they had to suffer.
So when so when we were outing towers over here with Diamond King Crab, because
we were privileged.
You know, they were just like, well, I lose.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
Well, I got a memento deck now, so that's.
We're America. We see a giant tower. We just pick up a crab that looks like a rock and go, I'll smash this against that until I win.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
No, the Mecha Phantom Beasts don't work on tower.
Nah, Auroradon didn't. That's for sure. It's on the ban list now.
Auroradon would have.
Auroradon would have actually, yeah.
Don't have to deal with the towers if you just kill them with an FTK.
Phantom Beasts can't melt steel beams.
It's real funny that I remember I was playing on YGO Pro Percy before that like got shut down or whatever.
Yeah.
And someone made a towers on me and I went, cool. I'm gonna summon Borreload Savage Borreload Dragon, and I'm just
Borreload.
Yeah, it was Borreload, and I just took it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a level.
Or a rank. So I took it. I took it, and then I used its effect to make them send. But go ahead.
I want to just express the struggle I went through to get the entire Memento core that weekend. Because, like, the Anguishes, the Bone Parties, the Horse, a lot of, like, Goblin and the Field Spell, no problem. The Dark Blades, no one had Dark Blades except for collector rares that are $60 a piece. And so I said nah and traded in stuff and bought boxes just to pull Dark Blades.
That's great.
But in other news, anyone need a Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood?
No.
I got
a stack of them.
I got a lot of the Valmonica core from.
Yeah, you did get a lot of it out of that.
I got a lot of it from John.
What's that deck do?
It has a Light Fiend.
It does have a Light Fiend.
Yeah, it does have a Light Fiend.
There's this full Fiendsmith combo. Just this one.
Valmonica. It's the best Pendulum deck.
It's because every card is a 1-card pendulum scale.
Yeah. It's a 1-card pendulum scale or Fiendsmith.
That's awful.
I also
listen. I'm gonna get people. Hold on. I'm gonna get people on this real quick. Where is it?
Got the Borger deck.
Borger.
The Light Fiend.
It is.
Yeah, the one that I said you could full Fiendsmith combo if you summon it out.
Yeah, and I got my full spirit package ready. Like this, the Astral Utopia I got specifically for Raziel. Ravioli.
Just don't need the closed moon if I just make.
Don't need the closed moon if I make
Exciton. Let's just make an Exciton Knight, detach and blow up the board.
It's funny.
I mean, they don't take damage, but you can set up.
I could still attack and then make a Zeus.
It's funny. There is an argument that in like a rank 4 spam deck that would want, like, if they made a rank 4 deck that really wants it, like Heraldic Beast would love it just because of Beatrice. But Heraldic Beast sucks, but if Heraldic Beast would want it just because of Beatrice, um, but like, or Clownblade, I guess, just in general, you do like bring back Clownblade and have like a Fiendsmith combo deck engine in it.
I think you're thinking too much of Beatrice payoff. You forget about Beatrice payoff. The deck you can do some other stuff.
You forget that Caesar exists, and you could just if they let the full combo go through, you have a Caesar.
No,
If they don't nib you have a Caesar. If they do try to nib you just
Pilgrim
route.
You're thinking too
I guess
small.
Pilgrim is.
We Pilgrim Reaper it, boys. We milling 5. Gamble.
Lightsworns, baby.
Don't you compare my tier limits and Heraldic Beast to that filth again. That's
awful.
I honestly think that Lightsworns, though, they're not cut out in this thing, because like everything is too luck based in that deck, and like you could make the argument that they mill like tier limit and everything, and they mill almost, but it's like, yeah, but you kind of have to like,
but here every name does something.
Yeah.
Even the spells and traps do things.
Mm-hmm.
You mill charge Light Brigade, it just sits there depressed.
It's kind of like the game has gotten to the point where you can't be as luck based anymore.
Which sucks.
Other than drawing my opening hand, everything has to be like specifically to go to certain combos. And
that's 10.
That's 10.
That is 10.
Please tell me we're at the 10-minute mark.
No,
listen, it's me.
We're
me, the Abyss Dweller.
We're long past the 10-minute mark. By about we're 3 times past it. In fact.
Really? Already? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've been here for a half hour. Not really talking too much about. I guess we talked a little bit about stuff we got at the YCS.
Yeah.
I got round 1 paired against a Sprite deck. That was fun.
That's kind of, yeah. I got paired against. I don't even remember what I got paired against round 1. I got paired against Branded at round 1, and that matchup kind of like that matchup's kind of hard for tier if you don't have Super Poly anymore. Like the Fiendsmith version don't play Super Poly because there's not enough room in the extra. Like I guess I could Mud Dragon, but like that's not gonna do much, and even then, it's not like the end all be all. It's I could have easily beaten an average to bad Branded player, but this player was pretty good. So
I don't think your round 1 was Branded because you won your first round. I remember.
Oh yeah, yeah. I won against.
You went against Tenpai?
Well, Tenpai was in the regional. I didn't face Tenpai in the main event. I think I faced I don't remember. Because I started at table 4, or because I remember I went like. You're right. I did win the first one. I went from like table 200 to table 4.
Yeah.
And then I like faced after I faced Branded, I faced the Fiendsmith Yabel deck, got wrecked. I really my takeaway though from this weekend, out of all my matches, I want Shifter banned. I think Shifter is BS. I think I want Phantom of Yubel limited because that card's BS at 2 or more. I don't want Beatrice banned, but I expect it to be banned, and it's probably better that it gets banned. But
Beatrice banned, please. That's all I want. All I ask.
But
I had that good game against the U-Boat deck where I summoned Park Lord Christia.
Part of me thinks
I'll admit, all 3 rounds I played in the main event, I lost, but I didn't lose to any bullshit, so I'm happy about it.
I played the Christia and summoned it from the deck, and the opponent like tried to break out of it, and then like Michael started watching me, and like one of the games, it was funny, or one of the turns, it was funny because imperm so that he could Spirit of Yubel again, I guess. And I just started looking at my hand. I just started going off 100% and set up an even better board. And he went to do something. I'm like, Ash Blossom, and he was just like, oh. Christie is not fun to play against, and then if you shut it off, I mean,
this in the side events I had my Christia and Mannequin Cat and Chaos Hunter and all that. So in the side event I played against Fiendsmith Yubel round 2. I won the die roll. Game 1, I drew like sprite starter plus a bunch of hand traps.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was sprite starter, bunch of hand traps, and I think I drew the Fabled Lurie. But so opponent, so I did sprite starter, summoned blue search jet all in the draw phase, went to main phase, summoned the jet. Guy Valor's the jet. I don't think he knew how to play against Sprite, so he Valored the jet, and so I made Mannequin Cat summon the Valor back to his board, summon the Christia. I was fearing Nibiru because I got nibbed like twice.
So my question is, if you're Sprite gluing on the draw phase,
yeah,
why aren't you just searching out the effect negator that protects your whole entire combo?
I don't know. Well, I had Lurie in hand, so.
Yeah, you can normal summon Lurie and use it and the blue to make Sprine. Sprine doesn't require just 2 level 2.
Listen, I jump scared him with Christie and still won, alright? Either way, I saw the color, saw the life fade from his eyes.
My side events pretty much went like so I only did one. I did a regional, see if I could qualify still for Nats. Round 1, I'm playing tier, and I have to face Fluanderies of all things. And I'm like, are you kidding me? After all, I also got shifted in the main tournament a few times too, but like the shifters from regionals really took the wind out of my sail, because yeah, I got shifted 2 out of 3 games, and then I played against Tenpai and I got shifted all 3 games. So, and I won one of them just because of skill drain. That card will probably need to get banned. I think out of all the cards that need to get hit, Beatrice needs banned. Shifter, I want banned, but is kind of a necessary. As it pains me to say this, is kind of a necessary evil. But
no, it's not. No, it's not. Shut up! It's not.
Let's see. I think either Flamberge or Poplar should be banned directly into Snake Eye.
You want to need a Paguska?
I think Protoss is probably going to get rebanned because of Ritual Beasts.
No, because it's getting reprinted in the same set as the Malice and that new rank level 10 archetype. So they want you to play it in that.
So then they're probably gonna ban what's it called? They're probably gonna ban
I'd say the floodgates all have to go. I would say probably gonna like goes into rivalry or TC Boo on the ban.
I can't wait to see what new Blue Eyes that set's going to give us. What kind of artwork will our Blue Eyes White Dragon have?
Supposedly, I mean, I have no idea if it's real, but there was that one image that said that pretty much most of the decks.
Oh, that's real.
Is it? Where they said almost every deck in the meta's days are numbered. So like I'll do like 3 or 4.
Yeah, where it's just like that might be their last hurrah.
Yeah.
No, that's real. I went to the blog page myself, and that's real.
Okay, well,
jeez,
we're probably gonna get another Crucifixion ban list then. It's been a while since we had one of those.
So. Memento best deck, baby.
Oh, your deck is crucified.
No, Memento? No way.
Oh yeah.
No, I got one spot in the top cut. The YCS had no other results.
You know,
it's crucified. It's done.
You know what deck will never be crucified? The burger.
Burger.
Because it's not good.
Burger.
Like other Paguskas fell.
Because it's not good, and that's the real reason.
That scares me then if they're crucifying all the decks.
No, I feel like they're gonna crucify the. I feel like Tenpai is gonna get a hit, a huge one.
Yeah.
That deck's
Banning
so
of the field spell would be correct.
That deck's
The rest
so
of it's
cheap, they can do
bearable.
Honestly,
that deck's so cheap. They can just take it out back and
I think
ban like
so.
Hydra.
This is my take as someone who played it and almost got a top with it at a regional. I think you could ban the field spell, but I think that you should limit the quick play because
Yeah,
it feels
kinda.
really bad when you stop the Hydra anyway, and then they have the quick play anyway, and
But
then
they just like limit it and limit Hydra.
yeah. Well, yeah, I think you could get away with banning their field spell and limiting either Pydra or Sangin Commune. I think if you did that, I think the deck would still be a OTK deck that's like decent, but it wouldn't be like feel as oppressive because you could still like actually interact with them then.
Like, you got to think of it this way, though. They have to do something pretty big. And, if that post true, like you said, it was on the blog. I mean, they do have to crucify a lot of the decks because when you have a YCS in California, of all places, and you only have 900 people signed up,
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
small.
that was like, if I were in, like, when we did the one in Salem or whatever, where it was a YCS, Salem or Portland or whatever, where it was a YCS, if the number was like 900 like that,
Mhm.
I
That's
could
boom.
expect that. That's kind of expected, right?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that's probably why we haven't gotten another YCS, because the number was so low.
Yeah, California
But
ones are normally like 1,000 plus.
They were telling. I know that I asked someone, or I said something about it being a small my round one opponent, and they were like, "Yeah, it probably normally would have been over 1,000, but no, if it was, and they're like, if it was South Cali, even in this format, it would have hit over 2K. But we're in Sacramento. We're not in LA. If we were in like YCS like Los Angeles, it'd be like easily 2 to 3,000. Even in this format. And then the people on the sides of me for my round one said that they think it's because the ban list is gonna get hit, like, drop at any moment, right? So they're like so a lot of people view it as a fake format. I know that I've heard YouTubers, right, when Konami releases a ban list, like right before a YCS, but says it goes into effect once the YCS concludes. Well, now they're playing a fake format, so now it doesn't matter and everything.
yeah,
No, that never feels good.
But I think I do expect a lot of hits. I expect a lot of unhits. Like, I expect all the Dragon Rulers to come back. They can come back to 3. They're
give me
not doing...
Run Tone at 1. I can be trusted.
Give me Kit Kalos. I promise.
Give me Prank Kids Meowmoo back.
You can have your Meowmo back. I honestly don't think that it's gonna.
I don't think your deck does anything anymore.
It doesn't, so I can get it back. I can be trusted.
I think that card coming back would probably be
Prank
fine.
Kids Beansmith, it's fine.
Yeah, I think.
No, ban it now.
No, Bill Ban Fiendsmith.
Uh,
We just got the cards, Stefan.
I've already said that I'm ready to old Yeller the freaking Fiends engravers.
I honestly, if it happens, I'm okay with it.
I can't imagine they actually ban or limit like
They're gonna hit the closed. They're gonna hit the moon.
They're banning closed moons.
That would actually.
I seen a post.
And
they were like, just take the moon away from people and they won't play the Fiendsmith deck. And I was like, no, because I would just run more copies of the spells. I can search and I can do all the same stuff without the moon. Most of the time, I don't even need the closed moon to play.
For real.
I think that the closed moon argument is not like that bad of an argument to hit it or like to ban it, because it makes it so that you have to run more slots in your main deck, really, if you really want it. But I think that if you want to hit Fiendsmith directly, you hit the payoffs, right? So you can ban Beatrice, especially because there's an FPK with the there's that one.
At no point, it's weird to say, but at no point does the Fiendsmith engine itself, other than its payoffs, feel that bad.
No, the Fiendsmith cards themselves feel
It
fine.
feels very fun. It's not fun in, fire pile deck, but I mean that deck has never been fun.
Well, I know that like
This,
I've heard people complain about it because it like the Fiendsmith engine itself and everything, not just because of the payoffs, but because like it adds consistency. They all search each other. It turns everything into like one card combos and the removal and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but
Fiendsmith doesn't end on like Apo and Baron, like
not alone.
But you can't.
Not alone.
There's a world where you can like Fiendsmith can actually
oh gosh.
when you full combo the Fiendsmith, it opens up doors because if they can't answer the Fiendsmith combo and that's what you start with, then that means that the rest of your turn is free.
Oh god, you imagine?
Because if they can't stop the Fiendsmith plays for you to get that much value, the whole entire turn is your turn. So Fiendsmith itself allows stuff like that to happen, though.
No, I know.
Because 90% of my games, if an opponent can stop my Fiendsmith combos, they will, and then I pivot into Sprite, they'll scoop it and go to the next game.
You know,
that's how I've been doing it with Memento. So it's
there's a world, and I honestly, I don't think it's like, I mean, it's quite a ways away because of how Master Duel works. But that world you were saying, Baron and Apo with the Fiendsmith, that on Master Duel could be on Master Duel eventually. In my opinion, I think that they're like several months behind still on Master Duel, and I don't think they're ever going to truly catch up because I don't think they want to. But like, could you imagine if they like? I imagine if they release Tenpai, that deck's just gonna be like tier 0 on there, and
it'll be tier 0 for like a week.
On Master Duel,
and then they'll get the Mole Charmies, and then it'll be tier 0.
No, on what's it called? But on Master Duel, I think that Tenpai would be tier 0 if they released it at full power and not pre-hit like they do every day.
Best of one, there is nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And the problem is now you're going to have to run stuff in your main deck to counter that deck.
That's
and now you're causing inconsistency to your deck. And now it just becomes one card starter when you game. And Tenpai is the one card starter.
Like Numeron was a very good deck on Master Duel for a long time. And it still can just kill you. But like it's less it's harder for them to kill. They can't kill you on an empty board like Tenpai can. And Tenpai can kill you whether you have a monster or not. So
Tenpai cares not for your board.
Yeah, I think that
cares not for your cards, period.
Fiendsmith, luckily though, the only good thing about Master Duel really is its accessibility and the fact that Fiendsmith, the Snake Eye deck, while it has its hits and stuff like that, I think it is the best deck, but I don't think it's like was ever truly felt like tier 0 on there. You know, Sprite felt like tier 0. Tier was tier 0. Flu was like borderline tier 0 for a little bit. So
I don't know. I haven't played Master Duel since it came out, since 5 months after it came out, so I have no frame of reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Fiendsmith itself, coming back onto Fiendsmith, it is very powerful engine. I like to think if you're playing a video game and you're trying to cheat, you're just executing arbitrary code in the game. Because if it goes off, whatever your deck wants to do, it can do if you've resolved Fiendsmith.
Fiendsmith is just the backwards long jump of Yu-Gi-Oh! Am I wrong? It
That's
just gets
like
you to your point
because
faster.
you have to answer the Fiend-Smith combo, or else it leads to things. And if you're sitting there and you're letting your opponent go Fiend-Smith, 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 your opponent just goes, "Okay, the whole combo's resolved. Now time to play my deck."
Fiendsmith is truly is Zodiac 2.0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
except for it recycles itself.
the downside,
And
I would say the only real exception is that you can't truly play a pure Fiendsmith deck.
Watch me.
I know that John, our buddy John, lost to pure or whatever. He said that's all he saw was the Fiendsmith stuff. But like,
I think all he saw was the Fiend-Smith.
Yeah, I think it
What-
was like it had been Fiend-Smith and something else. But
it probably was.
There's no way you just run pure Fiend-Smith. You can't. There's not enough cards to run pure Fiend-Smith.
You can run
he was playing
Fiends.
three at the trap. Let's go.
You play Fiendsmith, Fabled. Every card is
Okay.
a weapon.
There was the Fiend-Smith Fable Dark World in the top,
Yeah,
wasn't there?
Yeah,
it was not in the
a
top.
feature.
It was just
That
a feature.
it just reminded me because I was like, there was a time when Fiend-Smith Fable was, or not Fiend-Smith, but Fable Dark World was a friend of mine's like pet deck that they loved. And I'm like, and in my brain I went, you could throw Fiend-Smith into that, and then it happened, and I went, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just got a feature match. You didn't get a top, sadly.
Yeah, especially because like the
Cool.
discard on Tract is not a cost; it's part of the effect. So like it'll get
Yeah, it's part of the
fact.
fact.
I
It's
get
a
the
discard
idea.
and not a set.
I get the idea. I think that like you could probably just cut the whole you could probably just cut the Dark World part and just play Fabled really if you wanted to. And literally almost every card in your deck is full Fiendsmith combo. But the problem is with Fabled, honestly, like one of the big problems with it is that in order to get their effects off, you have to discard them and stuff like that. So you're slowly losing resources. The synchro monsters help replenish the resources, but you actually only have so many of them. One of the detriments to Fabled and to a lot of decks is the fact that the extra deck is only 15 spaces. But I'm glad it's only 15 because if I had more spaces, because if every deck had more spaces, it would be a lot more busted. So imagine like Snake Eyes with like more room just for like 5 more cards just for the hell of it. Like no, no thank you. I'm good.
Fight with 5 more cards for the hell of it would be ridiculous. You would have a tool for every situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about building. Hopefully, depending on the ban list, I'm thinking about building Unchained Fiendsmith.
I mean, it could work. I think that Unchained Fiendsmith, like
because the Fiendsmith is also just good generic Fiend support too.
Yeah, like I know that Fiend Link and Fiend Piles were tested and everything like that before Fiendsmiths even were released here.
Yeah.
So and like in that one, if you're locked into Fiends, oh no, I don't think you play Sanctus. I was like I probably wouldn't play Sanctus in those decks anyway because none of your payoffs are gonna be Fiends. But
no, no, and the only time you'll get locked into Fiends is if you have Sharvara on the board.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of Sharvara, I want to say this: ban Yama, bring Sharvara back to 3. My boy did nothing wrong.
Fair. I don't understand what you're saying.
Unchained. Well, okay, the Unchained Link 2 that bridges any Fiend deck into the Unchained package that needs to get banned. Because there's no reason that it should be 3 disruptions of because they'll bring back the Soul of Rage off the Unchained Trap, use Soul of Rage in any of the opponent's monsters to link it to SP banish something, and then you have the SP effect still. Like there's no reason that one card should be 3 interruptions.
I think
so ban Yama, bring Sharvara back.
I think overall this format's
dumb.
pretty mid.
Format's garbage.
This format sucks, but we've
It
had
does.
bad formats before.
Yeah, we always get through it.
This isn't it. The majority of Yu-Gi-Oh formats are bad formats. So, I don't know.
It feels like we've just had a few bad ones in a row, and I really can't cope anymore because they haven't really been that great. It's been the same decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's probably why they're gonna take them out back.
Last like decent format, I believe, was like when Snake Eyes first came out.
I know that
Poplar.
I know that people were saying Agov, like right after Agov was like the last good format.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to play
It felt
too
like
much.
You could do anything.
Yeah. I didn't really get to play too much during that.
Was playable.
But Tier got tops. So did like almost every deck. Like there's like 8 decks that got different decks that got a top during that time. So that's why people say that. Before that, it sucked though because we were like in Cash Tira format for it and everything, and that wasn't as fun. Or Cash Tira like Pearly or something like that.
I don't like Cash Tira. I mean, I played ninjas during Cash Tira format. I was cooking Cash Tira a little bit, but everything else was a rough matchup.
Man, I think that I hope next format is a lot better. I do hope they just like gut almost all the decks.
A slaughtered list.
Yeah, just like they're not gonna hit Diabell Star. They're not gonna hit Wanted, but I bet you they are gonna hit like Flamberge for or something.
I bet you like Flamberge, Ash, and Bonfire.
Yeah, I could see it.
Maybe I could Poplar too.
I could honestly. This might be a hot take, but I think that if they banned Poplar, the deck would still be really good.
Oh no, it would be. You need to ban Flamberge.
But Ash is no longer a 1-card starter. No,
yeah.
I guess because you'd have to play Birch, I think, right? Because then you could, like, I think it would force you to play Birch.
Think so?
Isn't there one that basically just it's so powerful just because you just go, I have this one, send a card I control and hit, just summon?
That's all of them.
That's all of them, except for Poplar.
That's like Ash, Oak, and Birch.
Yeah, but I think
you'd have to play Birch.
Yeah, so.
But Birch only summons them
on their
Birch only does
turn.
that effect. Yeah, during the opponent's turn.
But you can Ash. You Ash, add Birch, summon that, and then you can still Fiend Smith combo. Nah, you're right. We gotta ban Flamberge so that they don't have like the payoffs, right? So they don't have as much recursion. You're right. Because I was like Poplar would be an interesting hit, but yeah, I think that that's correct. You ban Flamberge, probably limit Ash. I don't think that because one Ash can search itself, and that's kind of annoying in a grind game. If you get like in a weird situation where you have to grind, you can get more resources slowly. Two, like I don't know. I think Ash is the better starter between the two of Poplar and Ash. But
no, I'd say like limit Ash, ban Flamberge, limit Bonfire.
Yeah,
limit Bonfire for sure because if Road is at 1, Bonfire needs to be at 1 at this point.
I agree.
Like, that's some bullshit.
Back in the day when Janky was limited, that was my logic too. But like Janky came back because there's no good Beast Warriors.
Yeah.
Beast Warriors have fallen off.
And then we'll get good Beast Warriors again. That needs to get banned again.
Yeah, or limited.
The cycle goes.
Yeah, that's it. And it always gets hit. It's the first card to get hit whenever there's a good Beast Warrior package or deck.
Dryden's gonna come back to 1. Everyone's gonna flip their minds and buy out.
Fiend Smith Zoo. Just feel it, man. Just feel how powerful that is.
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Here's my take. Dryden can come back. Barrage can come back to 1. Dryden can come back to 3. Barrage can come back to 1. Zodiac Barrage.
Did you say Dryden can come back to 3?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Rat, and I was like, fuck that.
No. Rat, you can keep Rat banned, and you keep Broad Bull, or keep Rat limited, keep Broad Bull banned, and that deck is not going to do anything. Like, the best you're going to get is
The rat
Zodiac.
is not as busted. The rat is not as busted. The problem is it's just payoffs are busted.
No, the rat is busted if you have 3. Because if you have multiple, because
like real life rats, they just swarm everywhere.
Yeah, 1 rat turns into 3 XEs.
That's fine.
Or 1 rat turns into a Trident plus IP.
Or Trident plus IP, or Trident plus
Fiendsmith combo.
Fiendsmith
combo, or Trident plus like
I'm just saying its payoffs are what are busted. It's not busted card fundamentally. It's just what it can go into. The exceeds and stuff are busted.
No,
fundamentally it was always busted.
I'm gonna tell you it's busted, and because it's a better summoner monk because you don't have to ditch a card from your hand. Stefan, would you play a level 4 that has an effect that summons out another level 4 for free? And
yeah, that's rat.
Exactly.
Yeah. That does it twice?
Yeah, you could do it twice.
Give me it in Sprite again. I want to do it.
I'm ready.
I think.
All right. Look,
but Trident's. But
I'm ready.
My reasoning why I think Trident can come to 3 and no one would care, because a quick effect destroy 1 card is not the end all be all like it used to be. It's on Master Duel and does literally nothing. And every time someone summons Trident and I go, cool, I'm gonna keep going now.
I'd like it for Raziel personally.
Bring Masterpiece back. I can be trusted with them.
Michael, I think we should end the podcast now. Before some more hate crimes are spat out.
I don't. So Masterpiece, I will say, that card is not a fun card to play against.
Not a fun card to have around. Listen, bring Mouth back.
Masterpiece can come to 1, but they gotta ban their field spell.
Diagram?
Yeah.
No. Diagram's at 1. It's fine.
No, if Masterpiece came back, Diagram has to go, because the one way to get out of Masterpiece and everything is to attack over it, and I can't tell you how many times I get in a situation where I have to try to attack over Masterpiece, and I can play through everything else, and I get to attack over it, and you go,
You can get over that Masterpiece because if they've tributed a spell and a monster, he can't be affected by the field spell.
They'll
Bring back my boy.
No,
S0,
absolutely not. We're gonna end the podcast because you guys are making nonsense suggestions.
Okay, no. Sorry.
No. Okay. Real argument. Real banlist take. Bring back Meowmoo, please. Also, how
I can see Meowmoo coming back.
Yeah, bring the Samorg Link back.
No. Wait.
What's it doing?
That thing doesn't do anything fair.
It doesn't do anything without the wind barrier statue banned.
I still would rather not.
It's someone's Apex Avion.
On an established board that's gonna be broken, that's probably gonna be already hard to beat.
You'd need a winged beast to summon it.
So there's this interesting card.
There's this deck called Trizoo.
That's fine. It hasn't been relevant in like 4 years.
Now imagine, if you will.
Okay.
We get this deck called Tri-Sprite.
Stop.
That deck's base.
Shut up and let me finish my point. So imagine, if you will. How many winged beasts does it need? Does it say including a winged beast?
It says including a winged beast. You give me a Link 2 winged beast or any easy to summon winged beast in any deck, I'll give you the point.
So there's these cards that are called, well, obviously there's the,
I swear to God, you say Lyralisk.
No.
Okay.
No.
We can do this in any rank 4 deck. There's a card called Castel.
Oh. There's this card called Castel.
Well,
we're make a rank 4 into a Link 3. I think that's okay. But I think it's okay for a 1 negate.
No, I think that bird is not okay because you just start brigading. You can mix brigade with anybody.
I think
well, you can mix brigade with, but Like, when's the last time you saw Tri-Brigade relevant? I think that's fine. If Tri-Brigade became relevant again, would you complain?
Yeah, because they
Why?
would have an ability to bring out a negator from the deck.
I'm be honest with you.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no,
summon
let's not.
Christia!
Let me put it this way.
You summon Christia! I
Would
don't like
you
it.
imagine with me that
I've
you
seen-
have a card that brings out a really good negator from the deck, and now I'm backing it up with Fiendsmith stuff?
You're literally doing that in Sprite.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'll.
but in Sprite, it feels a little more fair.
Why isn't it fair in Tri-Brigade?
Because you can summon the Thunder Chicken from the deck.
You
summon Christia from the deck.
Yeah,
You
but that
summon-
requires
you summon-
interaction.
Hold on. You're both, Stefan. You're being a hypocrite, and
I'd see.
I think that you know what? I'll give it to you. I think that link with the cards we have right now is fine. But I think it would get banned later on down the line anyway, so we probably should just keep it there. How about that?
Okay.
I still want it back, but
So
just start playing that one wing beast that summons another copy of itself from the deck. Come on.
You know what card I think unironically
Reborn Dingu.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. You ready for the real spice of what card I think should could come back? Fishborg Blaster.
No, that's base. Can we agree that
We don't have Roan Tone or anything to abuse anymore?
Hear me out.
Like, I guess the worst you could do is...
Hear me out.
No. Wait. Why?
Without Hulk, it's not enough to do anything.
What'd you show?
Auroradon?
Without Hulk of Fibrax, it's not that bad.
No. Auroradon opens up the game state itself.
But it needs machines. Only machines.
I think you could... There's
this card called Reptidosis that turns things into machines.
Reptidosis also needs to become a machine too.
No, you just link it off into a different machine.
Okay, and then you link that link 2 and the thing that Reproduce turned into a machine into a link 3.
Exactly.
You're committing that many resources into an Auroradon, that's fine.
And now you have a bunch of tokens and the whole entire game is your oyster.
Okay. So the cards I think that could come off the ban list and everything is, like I said, I don't think Fishborg Blaster is gonna do anything. It would make the Goaty players happy. It would make the freaking it would make the Mermail players and Atlantean players happy.
They're getting their new support. They're already happy.
Give me Glow Up Bulb. I can be trusted.
No.
No.
You know what? No. I'm putting my foot down here.
No.
Stefan, what's worse?
Every single engine could just be Lone Fire, Glow Up Bulb.
No, literally.
Do something else.
Stefan, would you rather have Glow Up Bulb back or the Bird Blink back?
Yeah, but what am I doing with that one Glow Up Bulb if I committed that Lone Fire?
That one Glow Up Bulb. No, one Glow Up Bulb is a Fiendsmith combo.
You know what? You're right. I didn't think fully through. I was just thinking.
You make Anima summon that Glow Up Bulb from the graveyard.
Yeah, full Fiendsmith combo, baby. With
at
one
least
card.
This bird is doing something different.
Hey, that bird can be full Fiendsmith combo.
Oh shit! My headphones turned off. No.
Full Fiendsmith combo. You just gotta wait a turn.
I know. I should have just had them plugged in.
It's even funnier. Please. Alright.
I
said it's full Fiendsmith combo. You just have to wait a turn with that bird.
Exactly. So it's fair. Bring it back. I want to play Tri-Brigade again.
No. Just play Tri-Sprite then. You'll love it.
I'll play Tri-Sprite with the bird.
Play Runic Brigade.
But honestly, out of the ban cards, that's the card. Those are the two. Fishborg Blaster is the one I think could come back, and nothing.
The Fishborg can come back just because of the fact that Ronin's not coming back.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rest
Keep
of the
Block Dragon
cards.
banned.
I'm looking at the rest of the cards on the ban list. I don't think any of the other ones deserve to come off. Like, you could make the argument for a pointer, because a pointer is not a very good card. But,
All the shit's on the ban
but
list.
in terms of,
I
like,
think it's a good card.
like imagine, I think a pointer, the only reason you could make the argument that it stays banned is that you what's it called? You set up your board and then you flip it and rip out their like starter after you set up your board and everything.
I'm gonna say it. Union Carrier. The new
No,
Union stuff.
because the Buster Blader thing is still legal.
I joke that Fiendsmith combo is arbitrary code being executed in a video game. Yeah, Union Carrier is actual arbitrary code being executed. You resolve a Union Carrier, you do whatever you want in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think
the game just
I think grass could come back to 1 because I think we moved past the point of where we would literally build our whole deck for 1 grass and play left arm. And
yeah, I feel like grass coming back would be fine.
It would have to be specifically at 1 because if we did 3, we would probably do it again because it's worth it. But at 1, I don't think it's worth it.
You'd play Fiendsmith and every other freaking best engine in the game. Oh no, I didn't draw the engine. Let's see if I can mill it.
So another thing, question, and do you think the wind-up carrier could come back? And my only like reason for it is that we've established the hand loop is really hard to actually pull off, and it's almost not worth it and everything because you need like.
I've actually practiced with this.
We have all the hand traps now. I don't see why not.
Like
the hand loop can go off, but so the problem is,
and if they're really worried about it, they
we
can
have
just ban
hand traps,
Hunter.
and 2, things getting sent to the graveyard. Some of that just triggers a lot of stuff now. Like
yeah, like if you hit like
I think
tier
carrier's fine now.
Like imagine you hit a tier and it's like, okay, well now your whole freaking I'm stopping you probably mid combo, or you could hit like I don't know, maybe hit like a Snake Eye, right? You hit Poplar resets itself, right? And you only need 1 card to go off in Snake Eye. Yabel only needs really like 1 card, and they don't mind. Their whole thing is if you hand loop them, they're probably gonna have a Yabel monster and a 0 attack fiend to make the Phantom anyway. So I don't think it would actually like hurt the best decks. Now, I say that specifically for wind up because it's wind up. Gumblar is not coming back. Don't you put that evil, even though it does something similar.
No, don't you?
No, Gumblar would be so much better now. We have so many ways to just execute what we want in Yu-Gi-Oh! That Gumblar would just it'd be Gumblar games again.
Fiendsmith, Gumblar, yay!
Yeah, there's way too easy to make. Because the problem is a lot of our engines that would make him aren't as restrictive as you'd think they'd be.
Yeah. Well, Gumblar just requires 2+ effect monsters.
It is.
Yeah, and that's the problem is nothing that's really good right now genuinely locks you out of going into something like Gumblar.
I think out of all the cards that could come off banned, Heavy, maybe. Like I actually could see an argument for that. Is Heavy could come back.
I say Heavy Storm because I got a Hobby League one and I wanted to sell it.
Yeah, Heavy Storm maybe. We have Harpy's Feather Dusters, so
Invoker. Yeah. I think
who?
MX Saber Invoker.
MX Saber Invoker.
It's not doing anything on Master Duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also one of those cards that's just like.
All right, I'll give it to you. I also there's part of me that like if I saw Invoker come off, I go, oh, it's not doing anything on Master Duel. It's probably not gonna do anything. But also part of me thinks if Invoker hit the TCG and the actual TCG players decided to use it, we would they would probably break it, like actually try to, and everything. But I don't know. You could make the argument either way.
No,
I mean, you go into the moon really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you could just go to the moon instead of Epic Saber.
Yeah, you could just go into instead of the Saber.
But,
what would even be your payoff on the Saber right now? What's a good beast warrior
right
to
now,
summon
probably
from the deck?
right now, any of the zoos, and then you make Borbo, and then make a
Mhm.
Zeus off that, I guess.
Yeah.
But like other than that, nothing at the moment. But like the bird, it's one of those cards. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's any beast warrior.
All the dragon
Like,
rulers
that's
could
gonna
come
be
back to
broken.
3 and they wouldn't do anything.
Yo, along with the dragon rulers, Galaxy Tomahawk.
No.
No.
Why? What rank 7's doing? Rank 7's aren't doing shit.
Yeah, it's because there's no good payoff for the 7s to go into rank 7.
Yes.
Hold up. If you made you would do. You know what would happen, right? It wouldn't be the
I know
dragon.
exactly what would happen.
It wouldn't be the dragon rulers that would be busting that wide open. It would be Kashtira again, and they would do full Kashtira link spam.
Fuck, that's right. They make 7s. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what happened on Master Duel. That's
7s aren't great right
some
now
reason I
because
forgot
their
they were
payoffs
7s.
aren't great.
That's what
For
actually
some-
got.
Yeah, no,
I think that's what got it. It might not be banned on
no,
Master Duel.
it was stupid Auroradon shit.
Okay, I'd say because like
It was fucking Mega Phantom Beast shit because you make level 7 Mega Phantom Beast make Galaxy Tomahawk into Auroradon. You could do it that way or other bullshit.
All right. Well, we rambled on, and I guess we
unban. Okay, well, hold on. We know Summon Sources is coming off. We know that for sure.
You stop.
Unban.
Oh yeah, I got an errata. You're right.
Yeah. Unban Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow.
Fiber Jar can come back.
Fuck.
Listen.
No,
you're right.
not with Minigul out.
So you are right that balance wise it can come back, but that's not why it's banned, and we know it.
Oh,
I know why it's banned. I get it.
So unstop the recording.
Sprite Elf could come back.
I can be
trusted. Actually, I'll take that.
I can be trusted with Elf.
I feel like what is Tier even going to do with it now? Nothing. That's what they're gonna do.
I can be
trusted. Wait, if we're allowed to have Fiendsmith combo, give me Nightmare Mermaid back too.
No. The Nightmares can stay where they are.
Let hell reign.
No, because while the mermaid got banned because of Orchest, that's not a thing you should want back, because the surprisingly annoying part about that card was not the fact that it summoned and was full Orchest combo. It said it randomly, like, everything loses 1,000 attack, and that doesn't sound like everything that's not co-linked loses 1,000 attack, and that doesn't sound like that big a deal, but it matters surprisingly at a surprising amount of the time, because that usually stops you from killing them. That extra 1,000 a lot of time will save your life, because
I think Labavel Chain could also come back.
No, that's just rank 4 Beatrice.
It sends any card. It's not a monster. It's any card like Beatrice.
It's rank 4 Beatrice. I mean, you really want me to play Razio,
It is actually rank 4 Beatrice. That's what it is. And rank 4s are easier to summon than 6s.
We're literally getting a rank 4 deck, and you want Labavel Chain back?
Yeah. Give them a little bit of the boost that they need.
No, you give them
all right, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day. These two are talking nonsense.